Even at a really high, big company level, I always find it relates really closely back to the stuff that I was doing when I was managing forums 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, I think it's very helpful and, it all grows out of passion. So I've learned the most in forum where people were really passionate, even if I wasn't really, into it at the beginning, because I've dealt with a lot of subjects over the 10 years of my career. But it's really, really, really interesting to see how those forces or those struggles in a community are helping the online presence and the offline presence too to grow and to build a great group of people that really bond together around the topic. And for me, it's really important to see that people that never clicked together, like maybe 13 years ago when the forum was not there, or when the social media was not there, those people, they never had a chance to meet. And all these meetings that we are enabled via the community business are the reason of my passion about this job. It's like setting the rules, setting the moment, catching the good light, and making people build amazing things together. It's a cool job to do, I think.
Let's talk about community management in Europe. I'm always kind of really interested to hear about kind of the industry as it exists in places that I don't know, which is frankly most of the world. That's not the United States. And you've got that vantage point because you've seen and worked in and around Europe. You've moved around a bit. You're back in France now after some time in the UK. And you told me before this show that you've got the feeling that the community manager role in Europe is set up never to exceed the capacity of the country. What do you mean by that?
So basically, I've worked for a US-based company named House. I don't know if you know it. I think you do. So it's this big interior designer platform, which is like interior design porn. It's the greatest resource when you want to change your apartment, when you want to remodel, when you want to have a renovation. And the idea was to launch House across Europe. I was first in charge of the community management and social media management for France, which is my native language market. And I had to move in London to do this job and gather with all the European team to launch House internationally. The last year, I focused on social media, on international social media management. So I was quite the social media guy when you've got any question about new features, or I was here just to help everybody, every country to grow out. And it was a lot of country because we launched 14 countries in 3 years. So I had the chance to see international problematics and the difference between countries in the social media industries and the community too. And I've seen, I had like a wonderful team in house. I work with amazing community manager across the world. And I had insight from Russia, from Germany, from Spain, Italy, and all of that was quite a confirmation of what I've thought before. But sometimes you're just totally amazed by a market and by the way that people take the community and make the conversation across the platform. So basically, I think that it's really important to understand that the numbers of conversation you have in a country, it's strictly depending on the number of the people who speak your language. And that's total evidence. You can say like, okay, I've got people in the Nordics that talk less because at the end of the day, there are less people talking in Swedish than you have like English or Spanish people talking. And that was the meaning of my word was that just like, don't expect people to overperform. You just got to scale your effort, and maybe you can try to scale it just based on your US experience,
Let's stop for a moment to talk about one of our great sponsors, Structure 3C. Structure 3C helps large organizations unlock the full value of community by transforming existing programs, launching new communities, and developing forward-looking strategies for community-based growth and innovation. Structure 3C can help you create or evolve your